Welcome to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social, where we help you stay ahead of social media trends, share the latest news, and highlight the strategies that are working to help you grow your business. Now let's join our hosts, Tristan and Jeff, in 3, 2, 1.
Do you feel like you have been shadow banned, or you have tapped the potential of what you can do on TikTok? Well, if that's true, a lot of people feel the same way, and we're going to talk about that today because Tristan shared with me a video from a dude. I don't remember his name, but it was a really good video, and maybe we'll share the link. Let's share the link in the show notes. But we're going to talk about that today. I've got a little bit of updating because it was, honestly, Tristan, when I watched that video, it was very validating to me. I was like, wow, okay, cool. I've beat this thing. I've got this thing figured out. That's the challenge now of keeping it going. But, man, why don't you give kind of the background of the basis for the video, and then let's do some assessment.
All right, so the video is going to be in the link. It's Christopher Claffin. He's got about 1 million followers on TikTok. And in essence, he's saying, hey, what I'm noticing is a lot of videos on TikTok are getting about 250 views, and that's where they get stuck. And I was like, oh, damn, he is right. I'm watching that happen to a lot of people. That's like the magic mark. And so he's saying the reason is because there are a lot of people on here. There are a lot of creators, and a lot of creators do this for a living. And in order to break through, to be able to do this well and connect with people, not only do you have to show up consistently, but you also have to do exactly what Jeff is doing. It's like he's niched down, and he's doing it at such a great rate with quality content that's trending. And I think when you combine those things, regardless of the quality of your video, like is it on HD, 4K, DSLR type of thing, it comes down to the content again. What content are you giving to your audience that's providing value? That was the video in essence, man, and I loved it because I thought of you. That's why I sent it to you. I'm like, damn, you get this right on there, bro. So with that, where do you think people are falling off of the short video process here on TikTok and Instagram, and I guess on Facebook and YouTube? What are you watching people fail at?
I think that's the good point, is that's not just TikTok. It's applicable. I hear it more about Instagram, probably because I talk about Instagram being a foundational platform, but I didn't realize it was going on because I'm living in my own little bubble world over here, and it's working. Obviously, it's working really well, and I'm just kind of all in, which I think is a testament to a social strategy that if you really want to be good at this, you really do need to kind of put on blinders and be an intentional consumer. But I don't have to consume anymore on TikTok and that's the funny thing, Tristan. I love TikTok by far the most. It's given me the most quote unquote fame, the most opportunities, everything. And yet I don't even consume it anymore because I'm so dialed in, and I can't learn anything from anyone from a perspective of what to post because I created the strategy for myself, right? And so I'm learning styles. I'm learning, maybe some editing things and things like that. But overall, it's just like now for me, where I am, I'm just listening to my audience, and some of my best performing content is just responding to comments. I'm getting people asking me questions, dude. Like, where's the best place to put a boat in the water? It's the first time I'm going to the shootout. What should I know? If I have a 19-foot boat, is that too small? Like, I'm getting engaged. And so I'm just now taking that, not just replying, I'm creating video replies to them. And then people pick that up. People are sharing it. People are saving it. And I think it's got a lot to do, not to mention, of course, I'm just staying very hip to what's going on at the lake and sharing what's going on. But I want to digress to the original conversation about getting kind of, you feel like you're halting at 200 views. And here's what I didn't like about his video. He talks about how, the big creators, and I think he's referencing people like Mr. Beast and the Pauls and, these type of people, they're using TikTok to grow their audience. So they've moved over from these other platforms, and they're going to do better than you. And the truth is, he's right. And the downside is he's going to discourage most of you from even trying, because you're going to hear that and you're going to be like, well, screw, I can't keep up with Mr. Beast, Logan Paul. This isn't fair. And so he's right in that regard. And then he says things like, and I'd like to get your opinion because I don't follow this anymore, use trending sounds, use trending hashtags, because I don't use that stuff. I found my niche, I'm running with it. So I don't know. We all know where I am, dude. I'm very chased in.
The trending sounds and the trending GIFs that you add definitely help out a lot, right? But people that are watching you versus watching someone outside of an area that's more community specific can apply a lot of the other things like trending music, trending sounds, even hashtags. But if you look at now let's take a look at two things. One, your TikTok, right? And now Instagram. Right. Is it the same plan that you've applied to both, or is it different? And what's the difference?
Both of them I've started to niche down. Oh, well, not started. I'm pretty much all in at this point. And even Instagram, I don't think anybody's paying that close of attention to me, but if you were paying attention, you would even noticed I'm doing less personal stuff because I know what my audience is now. I'm training Instagram to know. And it's all about social tips and strategies and that sort of thing. And that's what I'm just going to continue to lean into. And honestly, I've seen a little bit of growth on Instagram. It's still very slow comparative to TikTok. My TikTok growth is just booming continually. And by booming, I mean, I might pick up on a good day, I might pick up 100 followers. On a bad day, I'm picking up 10. But that's a lot by most standards, I think. Not viral standards, but just normal standards. On Instagram, it takes me a month or 2 months to gain 100 followers. It's a lot harder, but I'm seeing growth. I'm not going backwards, which tells me that I now have the right followers. I'm not getting the same engagement as I am on TikTok, but I'm having a lot of conversations, a lot of engagement, but the same principles apply. I'm niche. I've narrowed down. I'm still going personal because people just like it. I'm just doing less of it. I'm probably 5 days a week of tips and stuff, and maybe 1 or 2 personal. And now I'm talking about reels. I'm talking about feed posts. My stories are still very personal, but I just think the problem, Tristan, is a lot of people, when it comes to these strategies, is they hear, and you've probably heard me say this before, business or social coaches say niche down, niche down, niche down, niche down. The problem, especially with our industry, with real estate is, okay, they hear that, they say, okay, I'm going to niche down. I'm going to niche down on real estate. Or honestly, Tristan, they watch somebody like you. You're an anomaly. You're a unicorn. Like, you've niched down on real estate. You niched down on real estate back when you founded Lab Coat Agents. Like, you have a very distinct advantage. And I think that a lot of real estate agents don't understand, like, well, I'm just going to follow that model.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't work anymore.
No, it works for you, but it won't work for the common person because you already have cornered that market. You're controlling it. It's just like any of our friends, Zach Faust, people like that. No one's going to see the virality that dude found. Nobody's going to grow like Brad McCallum has, like Ken Pozek has, like Tyler Hassman, like by mimicking them. You got to find your own way. And I think that's the hardest part, dude. I mean, people struggle so bad with.
Oh, hold on. You hit on something there. And that's that we're told to niche down, but we're never told to niche down and try multiple things so we know what our audience responds to. Yeah. Right? So remember, was it our last Social Genius session where we had like one center, that's you, right? You. And then like 3 or 4 or 5 little circles on the outside. We were describing it. Right? It's like pillars. Do yourself a favor and niche down, pick a topic, but within that, identify 5 things that make you. What are you interested in? Jeff, this is how you found the Ozarks, bro. Yeah. One of those, what's your pillar? Yeah. And then you're like, oh, damn, my audience responded to the Ozarks. I'm all in there.
Yeah.
Does all this social media knowledge, strategies, and skills from this podcast really matter if you don't use video? The truth is, any presence is better than no presence, but without video, you're really limiting your growth. It's no secret that video is the future of all media. It's where all consumers gravitate, so executing at a higher level than your industry peers is an absolute necessity to create differentiation. You can hire a full-time videographer, but is that really sustainable? The answer is no for many, which is why it is critical that you adopt and learn video skills to allow you to create video that will stand out. Having camera presence, knowing what equipment to use and how to use it, proper lighting, video editing, music and voiceovers, scripting, and many other topics are the reason why Business Video School was created. To teach you how to develop these skills quickly and easily with over-the-top support along the way so that you never feel lost. The Business Video School is a comprehensive video education platform that delivers all of this training, but also creates actual video recipes with instructions and scripts for you to execute relevant content weekly with all of the skills you learn. And it doesn't stop there. Regular video challenges, weekly Q&As, a real estate video roadmap, a community of people learning and experimenting with video, and so much more. Seriously, what are you waiting for? Why wouldn't you join the Business Video School today? Go to www.bizvideoschool.com/open-house and register for the next open house where you'll learn more and get a chance to hear from current students and even ask them questions. That's bizvideoschool.com. Check it out.
It's exactly what the problem is because you're right. I lived it on accident. Like, now I didn't have this master plan. I have no problem saying I stumbled into what I've done, but I stumbled into it because I tested and I threw shit up against the wall. The reason why I sucked, and if you go look at my TikTok from a year ago, it was exactly what they're describing: 200 views, 400 views, 300 views, 100 views, because I had confused the algorithm. But the sporadic Ozarks performed. That was the platform telling me. Then I went all in. Now here we are a year later, and dude, brand deals, starting a brokerage, all kinds of cool shit happening. Some of it I can't even talk about on air because I got just it's fun. I got opportunities that are in front of me now, but you wouldn't know that. And so it's I tell people, coaches are right and they're wrong. They're right in that you should niche down. They're wrong in that you shouldn't choose your own niche. And so it's unfortunately, you have to do a little bit more work by posting a lot of things, which is going to confuse the algorithm, which means you're not going to perform. But you've got to do this exercise in order to find something that works. And then you can begin to build, to kind of niche down. So those people that are listening to this, first of all, I know you're already dieharders anyway. And so you have a leg up because most people aren't even listening to this. And as you're listening to this, you need to understand that, man, this isn't going to be fast or easy, man. It is going to take you some time. You've got to commit to it. And I mean, I guess the question I have, Tristan, I'm thinking from the audience perspective. And I'm thinking what if the question is, well, I already have been doing this for 2 years and nothing has really gone viral.
Oh, dude, that's easy. And you and I have seen that. The challenge is that the things that have had good responses, as I've seen this, dude, I see this all the time with you. People come to us and they're like, man, we've been doing this for 2 years and just nothing has worked. And then you look back, let's just use one example, Instagram. And then you look back for 2 years and there have been quite a few videos, maybe 10 or 12, that have 5,000 views, 10,000 views. And what did they do with those? They didn't continue going that path. They just did whatever they were doing. They didn't take time to be like, why did those videos do well? Maybe I should respond to my audience and do more of those. And there's a disconnect with their own content. And dude, why? I'm going to ask you, why did it take you so fucking long to jump into Ozarks? Why?
No comment.
Not just asking why.
Stupidity. I just overlooked it. Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for you and I, it's we're learning as we go, and that's part of, I think, what has positioned us as authorities on this. And that's what I tell audiences all the time. I'm like, when you're following social people, quote unquote coaches or leaders or somebody who's authority, are they practicing what they preach? And I think for you and I, we come from that place of, we're going to live it and breathe it and fail at it first. Yeah. And then we'll tell you what to do. And so that's the simple answer, is I was just failing at my execution. I should have known better. And you remember, I mean, it was a little over a year ago. It was the beginning of August of last year. The comment was exactly, Tristan, kick me in the balls if I ever post anything but Ozarks on my TikTok ever again. And you had the same response. You started laughing and you said, dude, you're right. Go all in. And here we are.
Dude, I love this because you're so right. I think you know what it is. It's like sometimes you and I know it. I've seen it. Sometimes we're like, should we even do that? Because it's going to fail miserably. And then how do we look, right? But I think that's what makes us great too. It's like, we're okay putting shit out there that only gets 1 or 2 views and then growing from it. We're not going to stop there. That's not what's going to define our social media journey.
Yeah.
That's the cool part. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
It brought up a great point too, by the way, because, and I just remembered, Michelle Lambrich, she's one of the, her, she works for us. She's a loan officer, and sporadic social, does a good job when she does it, but like most people, just not super consistent. And she had her first post over the weekend go viral. And by viral, she's got 86,000 views on TikTok.
Well,
and
right now, give me a second.
Yep. And so it's about like an animal. It's stray rescue. By the way, I connected her to Joe because they're going to do some stuff together. And so I told her, so she reached out and said, how do I capitalize on this? And I said, I'm glad you did. I said, this is where lean in. I said, lean in and post consistently every day for the next week. Your stuff should perform. Try to stay along the same vein. Try to find content similar to what you just did. And now this could be the start of your audience telling you this is what they want.
What's her handle or what's her name?
It's at Michelle Lambrich.
Michelle Lambrich. How do you spell Lambrich?
Lambrich.
I'm following her.
275 followers. And you can see her first pin. I also told her to pin it, and she did.
Hold on. Maybe I'm following the wrong one. Lambrich.
This is what it looks like.
Let me see.
Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely followed the wrong Lambrich.
So I guess I can use this as an example. And in fact, I'm looking now. Yeah, she posted that. The viral post was 3 days ago. She's since posted once. And it was about the same topic. So good job there. I'd say the only thing I would suggest to anyone is as you're going down this path, and in fact, I forgot, man, I had another guy reach out to me and they had a post go viral and they said, now what? Which is why I did the reel last week. Because that is the key. Like, you almost have to be prepared, like mentally. Nobody's prepared for that viral video. You think it's going to be a video. It never happens. Then it's another one. You think it's going to be, it never happens. And then you get down on yourself and you're just posting to post. You're checking boxes and all of a sudden something goes viral you didn't expect. And you're like, oh shit, now what? And so it's almost like you need to be more mentally prepared for this and know that when that does happen, you have the time to commit now to create some more stuff and start to build a strategy around something that might be it.
Dude, the story of the journey of these dogs.
Yeah.
And also, she's got to respond to some of these amazing comments. Like, respond in video format.
Yes.
This is great, dude. Oh, yeah. It's going to get her a little uncomfortable. And this is the piece we all miss. We have a video that hits 5,000 views, 10,000 views, in this case, 84,000 views. And then we get a little bit intimidated as to what do we do next? Because what we do next looks a little crazy, man.
Yeah.
It does.
Yep.
So this is your opportunity. Don't screw it up. Well,
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would say go, seize the moment is more like that. It just goes back to what we always say. You got to test things. If you're not willing to test things, if you're not willing to be consistent, you're probably going to struggle with this. And I did a masterclass today for Ojo. I know you did one recently, and we were talking about that on there. And that was the common question, like, what should my content strategy be around? And I tell people, like, listen, I seriously follow the content pillars, build your own, throw shit up against the wall, see what sticks. But I said, you want to hack, then go all in on the community one. I'm proving it works. I'm not the first one to prove that it works. if you just do it. And in fact, I think, Tristan, you probably sit there, and I know you said you guys are doing it again because you've started to do it consistently with Malibu. And I don't think you continue through, like you get on a roll and then, yeah.
No, it was a great roll. 100,000 views, 800,000 views. It was consistent. I was like, you know what? It's too much on me. And I was like, it's just too much on me. So I scaled back on purpose. Yeah. But dude, it freaking works. It's so stupid. It works.
Yeah. Aren't you going back? Aren't you going to do it again?
Oh, yeah, we are. But this time we're doing it when I feel like we can sustain it and not have to cut back.
Yeah. So, I mean, the key is once you build up, because that's the thing. I think a lot of people think, well, I got to go out in my community and create all this content. Well, the answer is yes, you do in the beginning, but once you build up some engagement, now it's just, hey, like I literally am sitting here in St. Louis, aggregating news articles, doing green screen stuff. No, it doesn't matter if I'm at the lake, right? And then I'm doing replying to comments. I don't need to be at the lake for that. And so, it's you got to have to put in some effort to get there. But once you get there, it becomes a little bit easier to where you can be stationary to create a week's worth of content.
Yep, agreed. Dude, I love this episode. We should do that more often.
It's fun.
That was really good.
Now I got to go advise Michelle because I haven't done that yet because she texted me over the weekend.
All right. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. I need another viral video from her.
Well, I mean, why don't you go create yours yourself? Everybody wants to see more Malibu.
Really? That was good.
Thanks for listening to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social. We are here to help you take your business to new levels through social media. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes and come join us on our Drunk on Social Facebook page. And as always, make sure you leave us a great review on your favorite podcast app. Feedback and likes are very much appreciated.